Hey guys, it's Kane. Welcome to another Autism Digest interview, where today we have another individual I'm excited to talk to start off May and Mental Health Awareness Month. He is a Christian radio host, a three-time Christian Air Personality of the Year winner, a former lead singer of the band Farewell to Juliet, and a TEDx speaker. Please welcome Brant Hansen. Thanks for coming on, Brant.
Man, I'm honored, Caden. Thank you for having me on.
Of course, for those in the audience that don't know the story of Brant Hansen, my first question for you is, what's your story in your own words?
Oh gosh, boy, I was diagnosed on the spectrum as an adult, and it explained a lot to me, going back to like middle school and high school and some of the struggles I had. But things are good. I feel like God's helped me a lot in life, and also I never dated anybody when I was growing up, like in high school or whatever. But I did meet a girl in college, and we were friends, and eventually we got married. And so as of this month, we'll be married 35 years. So that's been a big part of my life too. I have two grown-up kids, and I got two grandkids now, which is awesome.
Oh, congratulations. 35
Thank you.
years is a milestone. It really is. It truly proves a lot of people wrong who say autistic people can't go on a date, who I won't mention how to respect, but that's amazing. 35 years is awesome. With that said,
yeah, it really is awesome. And she's helped me a lot with stuff socially. Like, she's even told me, like, hey, you came across this way too strong, or help me make eye contact, that sort of stuff, which is still a struggle for me, to be honest. But you adapt, and I try to serve people, so I have to learn how to do stuff.
Yeah, I'm the same way. My parents have been 100% supportive of me.
Good.
I was diagnosed at 21 years old now, about to be in July, actually. And they've helped me with some of this social perceptiveness stuff that's complicated, even for some neurotypical individuals, quite frankly. With that said, my next question for you is, how do you think autism has helped you in your radio or music career?
Oh, well, the music career, I mostly just do music for fun at this point, but I actually think that it has helped me in radio. You know what? Like, so I wanted to be a newsman, and that was the plan. And I was at first, but they would leave me on the air longer on this morning show because they thought I was odd in a good way. Like, I would say things that they didn't expect, and I was extremely honest. And that's not always a radio thing. Like, a lot of times in radio or in media, people are trying to be something that they're not. And it comes across on the air. Like, if you hear a guy, typical radio guy be talking like, hey, check it out. We got 5 minutes left before the big sale of it. But that's not how a normal human would talk anyway. I'm this. And so it comes across different on the air, but that actually cuts through. So they would leave me on longer and longer. And then eventually they made me like a host of my own show or whatever. But it's gone well, I think, because of the fact that I'm on the spectrum. Like, people want honesty. They don't want a big show every time. Like, they don't want to be sold something constantly, but just if you can actually be gut level honest and vulnerable about yourself, it strikes people as interesting. So, you know what I mean?
Agree.
Yeah. So like you or I, maybe to us, we'll say something, and we don't even mean to be blunt or anything. We're just being honest, and people are like, "Whoa, you can't say that," and but they're happy you said it, like, because you're being honest. They know where they stand with you. My producer of my show, I've been working with her for 12 or 13 years now. She loves it that I'm on the spectrum. She loves that she doesn't have to guess what I'm thinking. There's no subtext. There's no passive aggressive stuff. She just feels like everything's right out there. Well, that actually makes for compelling radio too. You put your heart out there. You say what you honestly think. I'm self-deprecating too. I don't make fun of people, but that honesty can be a real asset for us. It really can. People are hungry for that, I think.
I absolutely agree. Not just with doing stuff like this, talking to you or radio, but with anything. Honesty is key to success. My next question for you is: you are a Christian. How do you think your faith has helped you in your radio career or with your social interactions?
So, okay, so the social interactions are helped because even though I'm awkward, I'm okay with that. And the reason I'm okay with it is because there's not that much pressure. If somebody doesn't like me, it's okay. Like, that's not where my self-esteem comes from. It's okay. So being a believer helps in that sense in an obvious way. Like my identity is I'm made in the image of God and he loves me. So if I'm awkward and somebody doesn't like me, that's okay. I mean, I don't want to hurt them. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm good. The other thing is being on the radio and being a believer who's on the spectrum, like, it's a huge asset to be on the radio and love the people you're talking to. So my orientation in life, because of who Jesus is and trying to be like him, he serves people. So I think about my listeners every day before I start the show, and I'm actually asking God to help me have the content that I need for today's show. And I prep for like 3 hours a day, but I have to come up with stuff to say. But I'm thinking of the listener, not me. I'm trying not to think of me. I mean, sometimes I do, but I'm trying not to. I'm trying to put myself in the position. I want to serve the person who's listening and add value to that person's life. So that's my orientation as a believer. Instead of, I want to be famous, I want to be a big shot, I want to impress people. Put that aside, and you can become a better communicator, because communication is empathy.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah. So what you're thinking, okay, I'm talking to you, Caden, but also whoever's watching this too. Like, I actually want this to be valuable to you. If it's not, I'm sorry, but I actually do. So, but coming at it from that standpoint, instead of coming at it from a needy, ego standpoint, makes you better. And the show isn't smooth. I'm not polished. There's awkwardness. There's goofiness. There's all of that. But actually, that makes for a better show because I'm actually trying to serve people with it.
I absolutely agree. That's the same way with my advocacy. I have several awards hanging on my wall. I've gotten to work with several different people, including Dr. Temple Grandin, and I'll be talking to Simon Majumdar from Food Network about his experiences raising an autistic nephew next week. But that's not the kind of stuff that gets me out of bed in the morning. And I'm just a guy who believes in this cause, same as you. So I completely like your answer.
Well, it makes you good at it. I mean, if you're just going, I want to be a big star, well, then there's millions of people that want to be influencers, but they don't actually have anything to say. But you're coming at it. I actually want to say something, to be a blessing to people. That makes you so much better at what you do. And it's amazing that you're 21 years old and you've already got this mentality, because that's rare. And it's apparent too. It's apparent, which is impressive.
Thank you, sir. My next question for you is, what's your advice to anyone, neurodivergent or not, who wants to get into the radio or music industry?
Okay, radio industry is changing. I would say concentrate on podcasts at this point. But here's what I would say. You're going to be bad at first. It's okay. I listened to tapes, like literal tapes from back when I started. I was horrible. Not that I'm like Mr. Great now, but I'm way better than I was. You have to listen to yourself be bad in order to get good. So it's going to take a little time, but over time you'll get much, much better at what you do. You'll learn inflections. When you listen to yourself at first, you'll be really monotone. But over time, as you listen to yourself, you're like, okay, in my head, I was really expressive, but it didn't come off that way. It starts to actually match over time. if that makes any sense. So that's it. I'd say you need practice. You need to keep doing podcasts. If somebody's just starting, keep doing it because you'll get better at it. You're not going to be your finished article at the very beginning. So have patience with yourself. As far as music goes, I would just say just make music. I would not even worry about platform. I would just enjoy making it. I see a lot of people that put pressure on themselves because they're musicians. They feel like they need to make a living with it. I wouldn't plan on that, but if it happens, that's awesome. But you're missing out on the fun of creation if it's just about a job. And music is too good for that. Music is too good. We're Americans, so we want to make everything into a business. But like, how about just create something beautiful, and then see what happens. But just focus on the actual creation of something awesome.
That's really good answer. Not just with music, but with anything. Don't focus on money or assets that you're going to get. Focus on creating something powerful and beautiful. My last question for you is, what do you think the future holds for you, whether that be for your show or for music? Could we see a solo album from you in the future?
Maybe sometime. I've got some. Yeah, that'd be really fun. That'd be really fun to do sometime on the music thing. As far as what the future holds, this is so heretical almost socially to say this. You're not supposed to say this. I don't have any clue what's going to happen tomorrow or next year. I really don't. I don't have a big plan. I never have. And what's wild has been, I've just concentrated on today's thing. And this is my viewpoint as a Christian. But God has made a way for me. I did not plan to be on 200 radio stations. That's my current whatever. I don't know how many exactly, but it's like I'm on a couple hundred in the US and Canada. Didn't plan that. I'm a best-selling author. I didn't plan that. I can't believe it, honest. It's amazing, but I didn't plan any of that. And but what I do is I try to be faithful with today's thing. So today I look at my calendar and I'm like, okay, I got an interview with Caden, an interview with a woman named Abigail. I've got to work on some writing. I'm like, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to bring everything to it. And then we'll see what the Lord does with my life. It's worked out so well so far. So I'm going with it.
I really like that mindset. I'm the same way. I never expected to do a lot of the stuff I do now, especially as a teenager struggling to figure out who I am. But as an adult, I've learned the key is to go with the flow. That's what my family always says. Don't expect anything and don't expect to be owed anything. Simple as that.
Yeah. And you pour yourself into the thing you're doing. Like the people, whoever's that crosses my path today, like that's who I'm focused on. And I can't worry about something that's going on everywhere. Like I have this life here and I want to do what I can today and then see what happens.
Yeah, that's a great mindset to have. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this interview. Thank you so much to Brant for coming on and giving us yet another powerful interview. If you guys want to see more powerful interviews, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Autism Digest. And our May issue is actually out now. So if you guys want to order that, be sure to go to autismdigest.com. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next